Hey guys, this is Terry G, Guyana Babu, and you are locked on with Mr. Critic. Remember, Essequibo belongs to Guyana. Essequibo is we own. Let me tell Maduro, no, 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 don't touch Essequibo. Terry G says so. Boom fire.
Good morning, guys. A great morning to all of those who tuned into the realest thing in the world, coming to you from Guyana. TBN Studios, 126 Leluni Street, Queenstown, Georgetown, Guyana, South America. And we are on the cusp of the northern side of the South American continent. So happens we're in South America and afforded the opportunity to be a part of the Caribbean also. Just at a really nice place, and we're one of the fastest growing countries in the world as we speak today. I want to share something with you. I've had an experience and it's taught me a lot. So over this year, I've so much transformation has happened in my life. And over this year, I had 2 engineers working for me. Over last year, as a matter of fact. And as a result of my assumption of what I thought was needed, that I considered to be a professional courtesy, I never questioned these engineers. So it is normal of me, if me and you come to an arrangement and an understanding, and you tell me something, I trust that is true. Unless I find that to be a lie, then I question things. But I think it is fair as an individual, as fair as human beings, to first respect an individual for how they presented themselves. Even if that is not who they are, at the time they might have changed the day before and have presented themselves to you in a certain manner. I think, and I still believe, although I'm going to share a bitter experience that I've had to you, and I'm studying it to be able to do an article, a proper article in it, because it goes to the root of one of the problems we have in this society. I didn't know, I learned yesterday. I only learned yesterday. So if you might know or might not know, Guyana is one of the only countries where engineers are not held responsible for their actions. There's not a properly structured law that holds engineers accountable. And you want to know what's the reason for everything looking substandard in Guyana? It's worrying. I only now learn. So I'm in construction, and Tupui Group is in construction almost a year now. And again, as an entrepreneur and a leader, I'm not a boss, I'm a leader. I lead. I can operate every piece of machine within the ambits of my company. I'm the only crane operator in my company and just about to get certification. Well, now we got 2. We got another crane operator, certified crane operator and trainer. But I have now an experience in heavy lifting. So I've done a lot. Tupui Group has built roads, shore-based facilities, and in the process of that, and they've done housing developments, and now going on to a very technical job, which is a pump station. One of the advantages that we've had is your ability to apply to human resources that possess the qualities and experience that Tupui Group needs to carry out the job. Because Mikhail Rodriguez has never built a pump station before, that's a matter of fact. What I've done is hire, or what I continue to try to do is hire people that I think have adequate experience, more than sufficient experience experience to follow that position. And this is something for you, the entrepreneur, and the regular person, even in your life. Savitri, good morning. Maureen, good morning. Lorraine, good morning. Farda, good morning. Aura, good morning. Ramela, good morning. Shakira, good morning. Lynette, good morning to you. Omadat, good morning. Safo, Philip, Annie, Rini. Arlene, good morning. Nadia, Ramesh, Chandra, Robert, Pami, Tabu, a good great morning to you. So let me tell you my experience I've had. So I had 2 engineers. I've been at my wit's length to try to make my company work and things work. There's always been a pushback. I must say, these are among the highest paid engineers in this country. I did not know that. Yes, Tupui Group, when it became public, the kind of money Tupui Group is paying engineers, I get a cussing from enough different contractors. They're like, you're trying to mess up the job market. No. Our engineers at Tupui Group were getting, thanks Desiree, you're gonna close this, bro, just. We're getting 2 times the standard amount of a top engineer in the country. 2 times. I'm doing a whole article on it because it really bothered me. I think like people get off it more though, with me. Yes, it really bothering me. I try to be professional about it. You understand? Because I'm hearing things about myself. When people left your work, you just hear things about yourself that you didn't know. But I got proof. So what happened? I get some new engineers advising me. And when they come, they say, why you do this? Why? I didn't know. For 1 year, I paid a fortune with the intention to learn and got nothing for it. The work is being done, but you would expect I would have been advised adequately. Well, this would be better. This would be better. Nothing of the sort. And 1 week now, I get 2 other engineers, as I tell you, in what I assumed was a professional courtesy. When I meet somebody and they tell me, I take it for face value. So I never go behind their back and say, this thing right with them, man. I never questioned anything. And I'm saying, question everything and stop procrastinating. Winston for months now has been, Mike, get rid of these boys. I say, you're doing jobs. They're doing jobs. He saw the inefficiencies. I was procrastinating. I was thinking, don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Then my engineers decide not to show up. And I have no other option but for go look for engineers now. What do you believe I found? I found a bustling world out there. I was in a cocoon. I found that people who genuinely wanted to help me and be a part of building this country. Because I did dealing with hustlers. It's all about money. Money there, money there. This is the reality of the world. You're going to have people around you, not necessarily in support of your progress. You understand? You're going to have people around, and I calculate what I was doing 1 year. Wait, what are you waiting 1 year for? Things that were glaring in front of my eye. I bring you into this, why you do this, why you do that? Sit down with me. Well, you know you got to do this, you got to do that. And working with me in 1 week. All that I missed in 1 year, it just dropped on me head, so. So why you do? Why you do that? Come, get this done. This is how you're gonna do it. And then I asked myself, why was I paying a fortune to learn? What going on? Yesterday I learned that Guyana doesn't have a charter for accountants, an accountability unit, laws that guide accountants. When they put the name on something and something go wrong there, the name stain. We don't have that again. I will be lobbying for that. I can't be the Guyanese critic and in the construction industry. I don't lobby. I'll continue to lobby for that. I don't know how the government, and it is a direct responsibility of the government. That is why we have so much shoddy work being done. Nobody name don't call. If a engineer's name was put into the road that was falling apart, now bear in mind the contractor has an engineer and the ministry has an engineer. None of them name don't put for responsibility. If you hear the stories. And I always watch and think, why? I was telling an engineer yesterday, I said, man, I just make reasonable money. Like I went last night to check the sheet piles that are on Bellevue Road corner and to make sure the reflectors are working. I went nighttime, remember, I put the reflectors, but I never see them work. So I drove there and I went myself for see to make sure that it is a reflector, but you remember I see it nighttime with light, that it reflecting. And I'm gonna say, I said, man, you can't miss this thing. You can't miss this thing from none side. If you drive going to Wales at Bellevue, the sheet piles anyways, you see a card on it off with caution tape, reflective tape, and cones that have reflective tape on them too. Bright orange cones. And I go nighttime and I asked myself, I said, man, like while driving good, I went to number 2 canal and nearly run into some water contractor doing some work road on the car now. And while driving good, I had another thing with some cones and I even see properly. And I asked myself, I said, why contractors would do that? We making money. Why wouldn't we spend the money? Bad management, greed, and poor supervision. 3 main things. I asked myself how I could be better, how I could be the best. I am not without sin. We recently had a site accident where one of our best employees lost his life. And I asked myself, how do I make it better? How do I become number 1 in the construction industry like I've become number 1 in the journalism and media industry? How do I do better? Because with journalism, it is give and take. I'm giving you information. Some people learn, some people don't learn. But with construction, people can be affected adversely, positively or negatively. If the road doesn't last a period of time, it brings discomfort to somebody. If a project that we try or complete does not serve its purpose well, or for the time, it brings dissatisfaction. It might even bring harm to some residents. How do I do better? Well, let me tell you how I do better in my life. So, recently, one of the first books I've ever read in my life, a complete book, is called The 48 Laws of Power. I'm on my 4th book in general. Yes. In my entire life of 44 years, I am now on my 4th book. And I'm reading a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Just before this book, I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. No, this is actually the first book that I've read in a few months, because 48 Laws of Power I read in 2020. I read 48 Laws of Power a few years ago. This here, I've just finished reading The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. Now, one would ask oneself at 44 years of age what you need to know. Yesterday, I was enlightened to things that I don't and never knew. Although I'm the Guyanese critic and I know a lot. There is no guidance for rules, regulations, robust rules and regulations that hold engineers accountable. Every other part of the world, in China's engineers built things that didn't work and did not last, they're literally put to death. It's as serious as that. That is why the Chinese are so efficient in building our roads. Our attention to detail, our inability or our ability to maintain or stay away from corruption is highly unlikely. Because the engineer, because he's engrossed with the businessman or the contractor, he can't cost the contractor as he would like or tell the contractors. There are many engineers out there that would bring objections to things, and when it reached to the political realm, like the cemetery road thing, people ask me, who is the engineer on this thing? Why nobody is saying nothing? Who protecting this contractor? Discomfort, problems, everything. The person asked me, who is protecting this contractor? I said, we mean protecting the contractor? The contractor doing the work, he little slow and so. He said, no, it doesn't work like that. Any other contract that operated at this level would have been brought to a halt. Because it missed its time. It seems to be of poor quality. A number of different issues. I said, wow, I didn't know. I know from working with the Ministry of Housing, there's a robust, I don't know if it's because I am the Guyanese critic, they check our things that you got put sand, you got compact the sand, then you got to test on the sand. Everything is tested and checked and measured. Now with the back of diamond, I could say, I look at the quality of work that Jag Mohan does, I look at the quality of work that Guy America does, and all the contractors at the back there. I've seen a level of efficiency. Is it as a result of a good clerk of works? I don't know. We got a clerk of works. You ever see a man walking on the road pushing a measurement, a meter thing, an orange thing that's measuring the road? We got a clerk of works in our area that's always on the scene and always there looking at what's going on, measuring this, checking that. Why can't that be across the country? Why is that not across? Are we too taxed? Like the Bellevue Pump Station, Chemco is the consulting firm for NDIA. I can tell you, at the drop of a pin, the chief engineer for the consulting firm's message and say, this is the problem. Why is this so? Please explain this to me. Simple things like when I say I'm the CEO and Winston is the general manager, he said, please expound. I had to explain that is the structure of Tupui. That's how we structure our company. Because the structure of companies and the operation of companies and how they operate and work is not etched in stone. You can decide how you want to structure your company. Once it's within the ambits of the laws of the country, taking into consideration accounting principles and everything else. You try to use as close as possible to norms. Although I at Tupui Group develop a different culture, we try to stick to norms that when you hire somebody from somewhere, they would have been working in a similar environment and they understand and they come and play part. If you got a whole different thing running, People will be confused when you hire people suggesting that they had experience. When you said they had experience, that means they were doing something for an extended period of time that they come with and bring to you. If you have a different system you're working with, their experience become null and void. And back to the engineers. So for a year, Vincent is saying, Banner, this thing is wasted. Because not to say the quality of work they're producing is shoddy. They're producing good work. But the relations in the understanding to us building a good company. The relations into passing on information and guidance as the engineers for the company. One of the engineers said, man, I playing games because they get a salary late. Now he is the operations, the project manager. Projects manager. The projects manager, if he does his job properly or knows his job, he would know that he could call the accountant and find out what money the company has. He has that authority. He has to know what financing. The projects manager has to know everything. You could call the accounts clerk and find out what is in the petty cash. You could call the accountant and find out why my salary ain't come through yet. When he told me that, I was taken aback. I said, we playing a game? Use the project's manager. And you don't know whether the company has or doesn't have money? This specific story, I'm detailing it, I'm organizing it to share with people. Because it's my experience. And it's a daunting one. And it only come to me realization for the last week. Because when I bring in new engineers, they're saying, where is this information? I said, I don't know. Where is this thing? I said, man, I don't know. The man said, how you know? They ain't tell you? I said, no, nobody tell me nothing. I in the dark in my own company. And imagine I've done so much and grown so much in a year while having people there who literally be attempting to pull me down. You imagine my growth this year? You imagine why I'm gonna be this year when I get the right support? The Pui group just start making hollow blocks. We're planning to supply good quality blocks to Barbies at affordable prices, Barbicians. Just start making. I go yesterday in the yard, Paul make a whole set of blocks. Thousands of blocks. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa. So I'm sharing this experience with you, but as I go along, my life changes. And I think that is one of the problems that people do not realize, or the problems that people have with me. When I come here, every day my life changes because this is what impacts on me. What I learn from what I read. You should do the same. Then these books I have to go back and read again to make sure I reassert what I've learned from these books into my subconscious, that I could always apply to them. I can say I made a mistake last year. It was one of the last mistakes I'll make. And what I was thinking, here was what my thinking, and I think a lot of you will have that thinking, because as the Guyanese people feel, I make a decision right away. I was thinking, man, don't rock the boat. You're on projects, and how do you transition from one set of engineers to the next set of engineers? Well, I couldn't have done anything better for my life, for my new year, than to transition from where I was. I should have made this step a long time ago. Maybe my communication was poor. I am now equipping myself to be a better communicator, to understand money matters. first thing one has to do if one wants to constantly attain success is accept when you've made mistakes. Then and only then you could see the need to enhance your mannerisms, your attitudes, your experience, your qualifications, whatever it is that takes you to the next level. It is only in the acceptance of your mistakes. You don't have to come and bow down to people and beg their forgiveness. But deep down inside, you have to, if you're in a relationship, you got to accept your mistakes. If you're an employee, an employer, whatever the circumstances under which you fall, nothing like accepting your mistakes and making amends, which would suggest you would do whatever it takes to do better. That is important. If I could leave something like this morning, we're going to be having at Tupui Group our first meeting. And I remember having a meeting in January of last year with some staff. And one staff, when I was giving him a salary Christmas time, I said, man, is there anything bothering you? And I went through with every staff. I said, is there anything personally? I said, is there anything that is bothering you? You good? He said, yes, boss, I good. But you did tell me last year, once I hold on and in a year, we can talk. You're going to do something better. Right away, Carl Winston said his banner salary got go up. I did tell you, he hold out for a year. And although his work ethic might not have changed, not as a result of his poor performance, it might have been my inability to train, constantly train staff, constantly talk to staff, constantly educate staff. Like I do business with some people, contractors who are failing. I do business and I watch and I say, your management methods are poor. Stop. Assess your situation where you are, because sometimes for people it's about the light at the end of the tunnel. It's about making money. And then your inability to see 3 months or a year ahead, then you crash. And you weren't prepared for that. The world is what it is. The people who are not prepared are the people who depend on the PNC and the PVP for their living. And they say, oh God, cost of living gone up. Cost of living been going up since the fucking beginning of time. Things used to be cents, now it's thousands of dollars. What are you talking about? Your grandmother used to pay cents for things. Cost of living goes up. That is what happens. It is so consistent that it's become a natural phenomenon. Cost of living going up is as consistent as your fucking ability to breed. But the poor people with the poor mentality, oh God, Castle, you didn't know. How have you prepared yourself to get more money? When you're done, you didn't take 4 years out of your life to go for a degree that will take you up the food chain and you have chosen work. You have chosen work. You have not taken 4 years of your life. You have not capitalized on the gold scholarship that has been given by the government free to educate yourself or add education to what you already have that in tune will give you more disposable income. But cost of living going, you ain't fucking working more. Things cost more. More people have to be fed. That is a matter of fact. But you ain't working more. The cost of material goes up, flour goes up, the price of fuel goes up, wars cause that, famine cause that. It is as a natural phenomenon as the rainy season and the sunny season and the dry season and droughts. But what you do, you sit down and you whine. And what the politicians do, they promise you a better life that they too can't see. They just throw money at things. That is why they're so successful at what they do. They have unlimited amounts of money. Yesterday when I had to choose between a turbo for the front wheel loader and tires for the truck was going out right away. I said, put the bulldozer in the wheel loader place, and I could only afford to buy tires. Buy a tire. put it on the truck. The truck went off to move the bulldozer and carry it to the location to replace the wheel loader. The wheel loader, if we fix it to open the wheel loader, they only able to push on the truck would not be able to move equipment all about the place. Right? Let me read an excerpt in this book. I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad this morning. It's a quick excerpt here. And this. It talks about poverty and poor people. If something I could leave with you. Priya, good morning. Wisdom is the world is moving fast and fast. The stock market is trading, making another one. Nothing right here, man. How I miss this? Helping us to understand, we learn better through action. Real things are stimulate. Today's millennials. I'm learning the truth and wisdom and Rich Dad Poor Dad. Buying or building assets that deliver cash flow is putting your money to work for you. While I'm a huge supporter of education and lifelong learning, going to school, especially college, has been a financial nightmare. Student loans debt is another record high, with 44 million Americans owning nearly 1.7 trillion against that trillions with a T. Where the hell was this thing, boy? Was it before I started here? There's a difference between poor and being broke. Broke is temporary, poor is eternal. That dawned upon me this morning. Know that. There is a difference between being poor and being broke. Being broke is temporary, poor is eternal. Right? Learn though. Every day I learn new things from the books that I read. These are selected books. I just don't read fucking books for reading's sake. I'm not reading books to get a better understanding of grammar. I'm reading books to get a better understanding of the world. I'm no UG lecturer. I don't need to fucking speak properly. I need to understand what's going on around me financially. The mechanical movement of things in the world. Because when you get billions of dollars, how do you keep it? I work for me on. I ain't an inheritor. I'm not an inheritor. So I constantly got a fear of losing. Me daddy ain't give me nothing. You understand? I live with a constant fear of losing. I constantly gotta win. And what do you do to win? I gotta up my game. Luckily for me, is I constantly fight myself. I constantly outdo myself. I don't be comparing myself to nobody because I don't see nobody in me category. In this country, I don't see nobody in me category. All the billions is what I got, they in me category because I'm self-made. I looking at set me size from Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and them bano. You understand? Big. Why you got left this country? Don't tell me CEOs them. Yeah, give me some money like galang away. I need to make a couple $100 million and go to Europe and India and the UK where real money there for make money. The Americans that may want me, they would go make a mess of the fucking place. I ain't gonna be running around like Rickford Burke, running in the church and all them thing and trying to lie and act and it's going to forget notoriety. No. If they allow me in the American economy, I'd make a mess of it. You understand? Because Guyana, how much we could do in Guyana? If I were to get $500 from the money spending Guyanese a day, let me say 500, let's set up the biggest entity. Let me say set up the biggest app. And the spenders in Guyana is 400,000. Right? By $500 a day. That's $200 million. $1 million US a day. Will you believe they're going to take me? When I could catch up with Jeff Bezos, people were making $1 billion a day. You got the population for sustain real wealth by international standards or world standards. Yes, sir. When I get this money, you know, when I get $1 million US a day, I start making $1 million US a day. And I don't want to think people like Gaffurs are some making them kind of money though. But me want to be a Gaffur, me want to sit down there whole day watching and checking up. No. I want for out there and go and compete and make challenges that people can say, oh, a Guyanese man did this. Like people say, oh, Nigerian wealthy. Because they got a population that they can capitalize on. It's economically viable to invest in the country. You understand? We like your little neighbor, little boy growing up, we did the car, so. You know, Brazil, we neighbors produce fighter jets and all them things now. Venezuela got 31 million people. We can't compare ourselves really and truly to nobody. You understand? In the grandest scheme of things in the world, we fucking insignificant. And when you say the hay hustling and struggling, it's for as a springboard for kickoff. You understand? And then when I land in America with a private jet, you understand? And then when I land in America with a private jet, people calculating it was a big contractor from South America, Dubai, Guyana. You understand? Have him over for tea. You know what I'm saying? When I go meet Tesla CEO, I say, man, this is going on in Guyana, we could do this. We need $1 billion, we just need $1 billion to develop the hydro project and electrify the whole country. We could corner this market. Because what people want? We believe people want. Why people got so much money? We believe they want. Poor people want happiness. A fucking delusion. Rich people want money. Money could buy anything. You could buy happiness, sadness, pussy, food. Yes, and plane. You could go to fucking space. Poor people just want to be happy. But they want money too. You don't be happy and get money at the same time. Yes, and when I wake up in the morning, I ain't no fucking joke. I there concentrating. How do I absorb this information? Yes, sir. People want to be happy. What a friend we have in Jesus. La 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 la. Everything's gonna be okay. No, everything is not gonna be okay. You forget fucking cost of living. You're retarded. Are you fucking retarded? You forget the cent bread days? Everything is not going to be okay. No matter who you are or where you are, if you don't put considerable effort into life, you are going to lose sometime in your life and you're going to suffer. The world has no other plan. Every day they come up with new ideas. You know what the world got? Hope. Plenty hope. We can do this and we can alleviate poverty and this and that. No matter how much you give people, how much money you give people with a poor mentality, they will never become anything. Because they don't know to nurture money. Don't get confused. It's a mentality. You give them $1 million, they ain't calculate. Listen to me. Let me take this $1 million. Make $300,000 profit. I could pay down. Or I could turn over this million 4 times, make $1.2 million, take 25% out of that, $300,000 out of that, and buy a car, pay down on a car. No. The first thing they do, take from the fucking $1 million, pay down on a car. They take $200,000 more people music system inside and put, they start getting problem and they put red thing for the car, so people bother in them. It's like giving away your body for shit through your ribs. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. I can tell you. I have the experience. Lynette Singh is saying $5,000 a day for a poor man life is make no sense. But the honest truth is the poor man ain't worth more than $5,000 a day. What the fuck you want to give you for push a shovel? What effort you have made in life? Do you know doctors get about $10,000 a day? You ain't know that? But 10, 15,000, you know how much years you got to study for become a doctor? You know how much money you got to invest in your education? Like me, I did way behind. I might be smarter than most doctors. I might be smarter than most people. But you looking at 20-something years of experience. Since the age of 14, I did for me on looking. I've been to the hard knock university. I know real thing. I had vulcanizing shop, mechanic shop, scrap yard. I've been married for 18 years. I've been divorced. I've been a whore, an alcoholic. I've been up and down from major businesses 5 times. I failed. The world got few people that experience like me. This way you're seeing this success is a fear of going back. It's constant fear when I wake up in the morning. When I watch some people, when I watch some days, like, you know something? Relax. You eat digest your food. Relax. What about we go on a trip? And then I watch and see a security guard with a fucking thing. I said, bye. No, go and get more money, buddy. Look for it. And I remember some people, I remember Charlie. I had a partner that had that character, so he's a fucking security guard, no fuck up your whole family, fuck up your whole life. I said, bye, you gotta walk, bye. When I walk driving on the road, I watch him, I said, go to walk fast. You gotta get more money. This money not enough. You gotta get more money. And you ask the man, would you make some more effort to get some? Buy me never stress. I live in me life. But if a politician come and coax the man, one politician coax you and say you could get better. And the next politician say you could give better. No. Don't be duped into that. That's bullshit. There is never nothing for nothing. You understand? Don't be duped into that. There's no nothing for nothing. You don't do nothing and get something. I could tell you that my whole life I've been progressive and struggling for comedy barrel of crabs. Now when I get the top, I could shout down to you, I'll mean going back in the barrel. Now me, bro. Are you tried there? Me now go down there. I could shout for y'all, you can hear the echo. Hello! Yo! How much poor people there down there? Hey! Critic, we need you! Yo! I'm throwing on a rope. When you throw down the rope, pull. You have pull your fucking self. You never climb. When you throw the rope to poor people, the whole apple pull. Pull what? Pull who? You better learn to climb. What is country doing down there all the time? You better take 2 breaks and start. Check lifting weights and strengthening your muscle for climbing a rope reach for you when the opportunity comes. You understand? I pass and I see a rope down, they throw it down for you. But if you know it means to climb up there, when I pull you scunt up and I wear you up top here, pulling you up, next thing you push me in, you come strong up top. No. When you come up top exhausted, you know the effort to climb. Me denying you of your right to learn what it means to climb. but you gotta climb. When you come up and I watch your hand, and your hand like me hand, I know you hold the rope and you climb. Me ain't playing the game. I could throw a rope for you, and that's why I'm doing it today. Educating y'all. What you gonna do? You got a little extra time? You between 18 and 25? You better work every fucking hour of your life. Get a saving. Because with $1 million, you could do magic. With $1 million, you could do magic. You could do 100 things. Nobody see. You see the long road for go to Diamond? Eh? You see the long road for go to Diamond? You see when the sun hot? Even people in AC driving and the road hot. If you were to dip on the road, it's cooler. More cold water, cold coconut water. Don't go and where the city council got come and move you. Position yourself. Pass one of them bridge. So the bridges them come out on the road a little bit. Position yourself behind one of them bridge. So when your customer stop, they're safe. That's the first thing. And get a cooler, a nice stand-up cooler, labeled. Now no fucking old fridge and all them thing, a proper cooler. Buy 10 cases of water. Buy ice. And make sure cold, ice cold water. And then put a big sign. Cold water. Now water cold. When somebody driving through the sun coming a day hot. And the road long. And you there like mucker going down. They come all the way from town, the cedar. They'll stop cold water. And always be there standing with a hat on your head. And people passing and you fucking never stop for see. Inside, they got to be there. Look good. Wear blue short and all them thing though. Nice colors we are seeing. Your light on the eyes. They got some of them that around the traffic lights and they look stink and dirty. People don't even want to interact with them. You're frightened if you open your fucking window, you get different smell. Them not understand. Look clean. But when somebody see them, someone open the window and like me, I smell people from a distance. I smell a nice cologne. I say, what? You understand? And I see a good looking woman, I like calculating she's supposed to got some cologne. And Guyanese like they didn't know about cologne. It's poor hygiene. Some people look good and all and the next time they pass inside, they get to give have a fucking smell. You want to know if it's poor and brothers pass. Different sense they're giving her. Proper hygiene. You got some banners give off smell. You ain't seen them in fucking smell them. They in a yard doing security while you driving past and I smell them scone banner. You understand? So I could tell you right away. You go there, $100,000. Call Blue Water. Go to Blue Water and say, here I go, you know, they give me a cooler. You're going to drop my water for me. Then figure out when they're going to drop water. If you drop water early in the morning, it might take 10 cases one time, boss. And once they see you producing, and here you can't, remember they got to drop with a canter. You tell the canter, man, watch, go in by the fish wharf there for me, and buy a bag of ice, when you come in, man. Buy a big bag of ice, man. You're cutting again there. You do the selling water. Develop a consistency. They show you're going to make more than $5,000 a day. They show that guarantee. Remember, you got to take all the steps. You got to look good. You want me to do it and show y'all? Me not got the time for do that. If somebody want come, me going to hook you up. Me going to drop the ice for you. When I go in the morning, I going to drop the ice. Call me on 622-7740. I'm going to start you with 10 cases of water. And 10 cases of water is $100 for water. How much a case of water? Don't tell your business. People don't understand. Simple. Hey, bro. Morning. How much a case of you 24 water?
1200.
And if I take in hundreds up, what price you give me for?
Yeah, that wholesale
1200. Roger that. So you guys sell. $2,400. You're making $1,200 on a case, right? 1,200 by 5 cases is 6,000. So I would do 3. Remember, I gotta get half. I'm making the investment. I drop in the water and everything for you. Which if you sell 5 cases, you make 6,000, we go half and half. You sell 10 cases, you make 12,000, you go half and half. Remember, I still gotta buy ice and all, and I still gotta drop it there. I still gotta make the investment. I can call the same man I call this Roshan. He owns Blue Water. I can call him and say, give me a cooler. Give me so much water. You understand? Right away I get started. I use a me leverage for finance you and set you up. You want to do that? No, enough people want beg. They want beg. You live in wrong mocker area. You live in wrong thing. You could come out and do this work and care back in the cooler. I set you up. Can't go wrong on the highway. When I stop and drink a water, and then we do a little aranal and everybody can really stop and drink water there. Whether there's a boy looking dressed neat and all, you got on your hat, and people know you. When you stop for water there, you gotta change. You gotta get $10,000 change. $50,000 change alone. So I'm calculating you. Every time you go by this man's man got money. Your money got set. You got an apron, your money set. $5,000 for $100. Yes, we ain't got no problem. We ain't got no problem. We anticipate and foresee the need for that. This is how you make money. Y'all can call me up on 622-7740. Anybody want to do that? You get your own business. You put a nice umbrella out there with a high stool. No stinking tent and polling. And even when the government pass and say the calculate, oh God, them not ain't nobody way. Things that could move every day. You understand? Like the dog food stand at a fucking old wood thing with some bag and put it away. It's an eyesore. Nice umbrella. With a stool. You understand? When people pass in the scene and know, yo, stop quick and get the water. This thing will hold up me process and I'll quench my thirst. Here, it's about time for me to leave. Mama. You guys, I think I've imparted a lot with you. I really, doing the experience that I've had with the 2 engineers, I'm doing in an article. Because it really bothered me. Some people watch me and say, what am I get to have it more with you, man? Because it's not an easy bunny, you know. I tell you all yesterday, I'm going to laugh. I did I ring a fucking boxing one of them little retards. You know me tell you, don't hit people, don't get this, but partner. Winston took his car to wash at Providence on the road top, then not too far from the school. And tell me if I pick you up. So I pick you up through the street. We go into Barbies for check out things and stuff. And so I say, wait, with my car. I just left my car there. So I drive up by where the Chinese got the road crossing for Billy Bridge, and I come round the street and go, Winston car come out, spin round, 2 youth man jump in, then his car starts speed to me, say, flag down the man. I say, yo. The car is a speed, I says, Woody. Yeah, let's through the street. So he says, was this kid driving crazy, flying through the street? So I turn around, gone behind the car. So say, spin around again. Reverse it to somebody passageway. So I black off the vehicle. I said, bye, what the fuck you doing? I just come into the shop and I got a ring one in his cunt. I didn't come in, you're going now. You imagine he drive through the street, knock down somebody with a vehicle registered to Tapuigo. You believe people like Patterson are fucking smell them a Rickford Burke. One here that some little by runway with we vehicle and go and driving it all about to kill somebody. You imagine you go for carry your vehicle for wash, next thing you check him back. Something broke up in the buttons, something broke up in your engine. I tell Winston, I say you got a level of naivety is unbecoming. Cause I don't left me car with nobody sit down and watch your cunt. Me left me car with nobody, man. Me you got understanding. That is a serious man. I don't make joke with me vehicle. 2 or 3 little boy that got washing car outside by Providence there. Just from Lambada come a little bit more. Jumping in the car and driving all about the place like the mad. When I done, I sorry. I said, man, I talking about people, but this thing about getting angry and controlling yourself and all them things. But this way, you got knuckle them little boy like you so like one bringing back to put in his cunt. Cause it's stupidness. So, I think I've imparted what I should have this morning with you guys. I'm hoping it's been as edifying as always. They didn't crash into them. They're flying through the street at the back as them fine street inside her, the place before Providence. There's not Horstelling. There's Peter's Hall. If you hear Winston vehicle, like they put it in second gear and start drive. I said, where's this? And when I go now, he explained to me, he just come by the shop. I said, what cunt is this, by? Why are you going to get myself in, by? That's why you got to be on top of your game all the time. You imagine he knocked down the fucking vehicle in register, no Winston and no thing. There is Winston vehicle, but it registered to Pui group. You imagine he killed somebody and they get in the news? Guys, again, stop procrastinating. Make the decisions. Decisions I made for the last week, I wish if I made 6 months ago, I might have been a trillionaire by today. Don't get people holding you back. Anybody in your life holding you back. Start questioning right away. Question yourself why you're making the decision to move. Because you can't know if there's better unless you try it. And I can tell you, in 99.9% of the times, you always find better. You got to try it. You got to make the step. You understand? I was, as again I say, extending a professional courtesy, but I know fucking professional is the problem. I getting into things I don't know. I should have watched them right away and know these two fucking can. You understand? When everything is about money, you ain't showing me nothing, not telling me nothing, not guiding me. I should have seen it clear. But again, in my books, these are the things I'll be putting in my books to impart knowledge and experience with you. Because funny enough, in the grander scheme of things in the world, it is not the men who you see that are vicious and malicious deliberately that bring down the world, you know. Don't get confused. It's the men who act normal and are seething within. Those are the men that are dangerous. You understand? Hello, good morning.
Critics,
Yeah.
I see y'all to speak every day on this program, but what happened today? Cocaine sellers were destroying the communities. What happened? What we doing with them? And when you go in all the different villages, you hear this man here, the man there. You see now the big cartel, the big people who are selling the cocaine and nobody doing nothing.
Me say, you see super bets? You see the rum shop? Huh? So they got cocaine sellers selling things that you ever see cocaine sellers going to put cocaine in people's nose? You ever hear the story behind junkies? You ever hear a junkie holler that a drugs black had a promotion and I get hooked on the product? You gotta take responsibility. I might be acting like I smoking cocaine, but me smoking cocaine. Yes, sir? See, we gotta be honest. Sometimes you don't want to believe I on cocaine too. Yes, sir, you ever hear any drugs black had a promotion, but say, boy, I get hooked on the product, boy. No, you gotta make effort, because I don't even know where the drugs black them there. You gotta make special effort for God, find it, get somebody for bring it. This is the reality. Which and more can be done in educating people, training people, make sure people are stable, not to be driven to that. So that's my take in a little nutshell. Thanks for continued support. Peace out. Keep it real.